You're listening to
The Audacity.
Welcome back to the Audacity Comedy, the podcast.
The one podcast that makes you love and hate us at the same time.
We can't wait to offend everyone online
Yes.
today.
Well, specifically TikTok. I think Instagram likes us.
Instagram likes us, but TikTok is so aggressive.
Oh, yeah. We have a few enemies on there.
We have hundreds of thousands of enemies. I can't wait for every hot take that we have to piss people off.
Yeah.
Anyway, but if you enjoy us and we enjoy you right back. And if you leave a negative comment, I just want to say thank you for the engagement. It really helps this algorithm. And if you haven't already, check us out on YouTube. We post our full episodes where we look kind of hot. Don't take that the wrong way, internet. Every disclaimer. Please don't take this wrong.
Everything. We're not serious. Everything's a joke unless...
Well, I'm serious that we look kind of good.
Yeah, that's not a joke.
That's not a joke. Check us out on YouTube. It's youtube.com/@AudacityComedy. We're also on TikTok and Instagram. If you want to watch reels and stuff, it's AudacityComedy_.
If you want to join the mob that hates us, go on TikTok.
If you want to join the mob, then be our guest. We love it. Subscribe, leave us a review if you feel like it. We always appreciate it. I no longer read TikTok comments, but every other comment I'll probably see, just so you know.
Okay. I read the TikTok comments on our podcast. I haven't read one on the backpack.
On the infamous backpack TikTok. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about and want to have your day ruined for some reason, go on my TikTok and watch this controversial video.
If your family owns a backpack or anyone you love owns a backpack, don't trigger warning.
Stay away. Trigger warning. Intense trigger warning. No politics or race, just backpack. So
yeah.
Okay, just be sensitive.
All right, let's get into some clippy clips.
Okay, so this is a really funny story that I want to show you. Okay. A man robbed a woman, but then there's a plot twist.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
Okay.
Oh my God, let's go.
Police say last month, outside of a home on Harlan Street on Indy's southeast side, a woman was out checking her mail around 4 o'clock in the morning after her work shift when a man, police later identified as Damian Boyce, approached her, pointed a gun at her, and stole $100 in cash from her. Afterwards, Boyce allegedly asked the victim, with the gun still pointed at her, if she had a boyfriend, and then asked if she would add him on Facebook. Court records show Boyce pointed out his profile to the victim and watched her at him, saying he would pay the money he stole back to her. He then fled the scene on a bicycle. The probable cause affidavit shows that same day the two exchanged Facebook messages. Boyce saying, "Look, just know I'ma pay you back. It's an expletive way to meet, but expletive. You is too pretty to rob." The victim replied, "I believe you, man. I could tell you're sweet. Times just get rough. I know that." Boyce sent more, saying, "I feel like a total expletive. I swear I got you. What's your Cash App tag? Or you could send it when I'm ready." Then continued, "For
When
real, I'm
I'm
expletive.
ready.
We had to meet up on them terms. Come chill with me. I swear I'm not on that type of timing." The victim replied, "I do have a man. You know I can't do that, LOL. I wish you the best, though." Court records show Boyce was charged with armed robbery Wednesday. Court records also show Boyce was arrested and charged in a separate incident last week for robbery resulting in bodily injury and battery by means of a deadly weapon,
He shot
amongst
people
other
in the
charges.
head.
In that incident, he allegedly shot 2 people and hit someone else in the head with a brick. Boyce is due in court Thursday afternoon.
Okay, wait, hold on. I just want to say, before I respond to this clip, is there any documentary associated with this clip? I just want, before I respond.
Not to my knowledge.
Okay,
No,
is there another side? Okay, then I will respond. Okay.
It hasn't reached submersible level.
Okay.
But people are talking about it. There is one?
There is one, and there's actually a child death in it, so maybe... No, I'm just
No,
kidding.
he's just kidding.
Oh,
All right,
okay.
thank you, AJ. Okay, so there's no documentary associated with this clip. There's no other side. Okay, so I will. So you have your take, but
think
I
that we can fuck this up.
Okay. Just want to get any news clip I say. I'm like, is there a documentary associated with this that I can watch before I respond? That's it. I learned my lesson. Okay. Or if you don't know, we don't bring it up. But anyway.
No, we can bring it up. We had a hot take that was really funny based on a TikTok that we watched about this Natalie Grace dwarf person. And it turns out that the story's actually really fucked up. And everybody thought that we were making fun of her.
No, and I just
for
want
to for having problems. We weren't. We thought the clip was funny.
I saw the documentary and it's heartbreaking. My heart goes out to her. My heart goes out. You thought it's a story about a couple getting duped by an adult. No, it's a story about a couple that adopted a little girl, didn't like the situation, and just lied to get out of it.
So long story short, we stand corrected.
Yes, and we're sorry.
We're sorry. The video's gonna stay on YouTube Shorts because it's funny, and people are getting mad about it, which we love.
On YouTube Shorts?
Yeah, on YouTube Shorts.
Oh my God, Karen, we have to take it down. Oh my
no,
God.
but
Okay.
we're talking about it now. We're apologizing.
I know, but it's like such a. Okay, anyway.
We can talk about it
offline. Let's talk about it.
Let's offline about
But
this.
I'm just saying, I saw the documentary. Karen did not. So I'm saying I do not stand by anything I said in that clip. I am so sorry I said that. I hope that little girl finds happiness, and I'm so sorry she went through that.
Well,
So
she's
that's
an
what I'm
adult
saying.
now, but
She's
yes.
an adult. Well, no, she's 19. That's right. Okay.
But can we talk about the clip? This guy.
Okay, let's talk about the clip. Anyway.
This guy robbed this woman of $100, kept it, demanded that she find him on Facebook so that they could date.
And he robbed the other people and he shot them because, sorry, he should have been hot.
I'm sorry, but he hit them with a brick. If you're getting hit by a brick during a robbery, try being hotter.
Exactly. Maybe it's your own fault. Maybe you should go to the gym 3 times a week.
Maybe do a sit-up.
Just
Sorry,
saying.
we're just saying we don't make the rules around here. I'm just saying that if my dream man robbed me of $100 and then asked for my number and wanted it was all about me, that would be my husband.
Yeah, because he really likes you. How many people does he rob every day? He sees so many people a day, but he does not rob.
No, he did rob her.
Oh, they did. He does not hurt. That's it. He didn't shoot her.
No, and then he said you too pretty to rob.
Exactly. Well, then he didn't rob her, right? Because he said you're too pretty to rob.
No, but he did still rob her. He was just saying you're too hot, and I regret, and I want to pay you back when he said when I'm ready.
Okay, that's fine.
That's a man for you.
So
when I'm ready, you can have your money
So
back.
what he's gonna do is you're gonna meet up with him and he is gonna sell you on. He's gonna traffic you probably. So
you're immediately
sorry.
you're too pretty to rob, but you're just pretty enough to get trafficked.
Yeah, sorry about that. I mean, I don't. Trafficking is a terrible, disgusting experience, and my heart goes out to anyone who did it. But that's what that guy's gonna do. I'm just saying.
He's a trafficker. Well, she kept those messages and took them to the police, and he got arrested.
Great. And those people that got hurt, well, you should have been hotter. Sorry.
There's one way to not get like a brick smashed in your head. There's multiple ways, but one of the ways by being too hot to have a brick smashed in your head. Right?
Yeah.
I just want to go on the record and say I've never had a brick smashed over my head
That's how hot you are.
because I work out. Clip it.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a clip.
Listen, I also think this coincides with another clip we saw that for a woman to fall in love with you, there has to be a sense of danger.
That's right.
So he saw that clip too, and he goes, "Let me really go above and beyond and give her in a dangerous situation, and she'll want to date me." So,
he's red pill. That's what it is. He got red pilled, and they said, "Show her a scary time.
Exactly.
She'll get so wet."
Right. The roller coaster didn't work. He tried that. He's got another thing for my target.
That goes in the documentary when we inevitably have to apologize for saying all of this. That's going to be in the documentary. Oh, actually, he took on a roller coaster first, and then he robbed her.
Yes.
The guy just has game.
That's right. I mean, sorry,
Sorry, losers.
And yeah, and obviously, honestly, way to humble brag. Way to be like, like he was gonna rob. I want to see these text messages. Like some guy was gonna rob me, but he didn't because he said I'm really hot and wants to take me on a date. Oh my God,
I would not even put that in the group chat. I'd be like, that's too embarrassing. So I'm calling myself pretty.
Really, I would absolutely put it in the group chat. I'd be like, checkmate, bitches. Like,
Still
you guys
got
think
it.
you're the hot? You guys think you're the queen bees in this group?
Oh, okay, married hot friends.
Yeah, I know.
raised you one robbery.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
And I'd be like, wow, okay, I know she got robbed, but like honestly, way to humble brag about like getting robbed and like him not hurting you because you're hot. Like,
but then he called you pretty, so
yeah. Oh, you're just showing us this. You'd be like, oh my God, guys, look what happened to me. I'm so sad. And it's like you're so hot. You're so hot. It's like okay, this guy's calling you hot.
I have a question. Is it a robbery if he calls you hot?
Yeah, he's still a robbery.
Is it a crime if you're hot?
I mean, it's a crime, but it's an excusable. But like, it's a forgivable crime because
I think we can all agree that crimes only count if both people are not hot.
I think it's a crime to be ugly, and then so
there's only one crime, and that's not being hot.
exactly. I think that's a really fair, accurate assessment of being robbed. So
Clip it.
okay, clip it. Well, it sucks for him that he's a man and he's but I will tell you, Karen,
It's hard to be a man.
It's hard to be a man, but you want to know the worst time in history to be a man?
When is it?
Let's see the clip because I don't remember. I don't remember.
Guys, volume.
This volume.
The 90s, World War I. As a young man, you'd likely be drafted into the Great War. The horrors of trench warfare and the terrifying introduction of chemical weapons would be your reality. Spanish flu. Surviving the war, you'd return home just as the Spanish flu pandemic begins. With a third of the world's population infected, you'd likely contract the virus. Hopefully, you survived. Prohibition. After surviving the war and the pandemic, you'd live through the era of Prohibition. This period was marked by the nationwide ban on alcohol, leading to the rise of organized crime. The Great Depression. As you approach your mid-30s, the stock market crash of 1929 would plunge the world into the Great Depression. You'd experience severe economic hardship as unemployment rates in the U.S. peak at about 25%. World War II. By the time World War II begins, you'd be in your 40s and potentially have sons of your own. Oh, no. While you'd be too old to serve, your sons might be among the 16 million Americans drafted to fight. Still think you have it bad? Follow us for more bizarre history.
Wow. So 1890 is the worst year for a man to be born in history.
I also want to say that we've had not an easy time. Like, we graduated during a recession. We had a global pandemic. Millennials specifically are like tapped out. There was
Too much trauma.
Now there's war. There was a 20-year war in Afghanistan, war in Iraq, and now there's a war in Ukraine, and the world's gonna end.
Which we know nobody that got drafted in.
No, only like random people we went to high school with whose names we don't remember. But
really, I don't know anyone that got drafted. I mean, those wars are terrible, and I'm sorry they're happening.
Well,
but
I don't know anybody who got drafted. We don't have a draft. But I know people who died in the military.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear.
Yeah, it's
That's
awful.
That's
It
awful.
is.
The military. Hats off to the military.
Thank you for your service.
But I'm saying in the 1940s, everybody was getting drafted. It was a very traumatic time. All the men were going overseas.
Right. What's going to happen to you now? Maybe a girl's going to complain to HR because you told her that her top was nice.
Exactly. And, okay, we can talk about the other traumatic events. I mean, 9/11 was such a traumatic event, but people...
I forgot about 9/11.
People think
Hashtag never forget.
People from Ohio are like, I'm traumatized by 9/11. It's like, bitch, you didn't live in New York. We were traumatized by... I mean, I get it. You're traumatized by, like, whatever, but,
Honey,
like, you live in Ohio, bitch. Come on.
Bitch, the tri-state area was traumatized
I know.
by 9/11.
We saw the smoke. We had we had friends that worked in the World Trade Center. Like, don't give me, like, 9/11 held you back.
Don't start with me. All of our Jewish friends fled well in advance. Like, come on. I know. You can't. We had secret knowledge. Like, stop.
Yeah. Well, I think 1890 was the worst time to be a man because women did not... When was deodorant invented? When was condoms invented and the pull-out method?
When did they invent studded condoms?
Yeah.
To ruin everybody's sex life for 10 years?
Yeah. I mean, you're born in the era where there's no birth control. Hookup culture hasn't started yet.
Deodorant was invented in 1888.
Okay, so there was deodorant by the time you were born. What about shaving? I think shaving's an old practice.
Shaving's always been around because men have always had to deal with their faces.
Was it popular for women to bathe? I think bathing became popular in like 1910, right? When did bathing become popular?
When did just splashing a little water on your pussy become a thing? Because if it was before then yeah, that was rough. You ever just have to splash a little water on there just to kind of keep up with the time?
Yeah. So, all right. So 1890 sucks. There was no loose women. I mean, there were loose women.
Loose women. Come on. Loose women are since forever.
Yeah, but like hookup culture wasn't
But
prevalent.
there wasn't OnlyFans where loose women could be loose for money.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my God. A guy.
be their own boss.
I hope a guy that born 1890 that died came back to life in this era and is like, oh, fuck yeah.
Everyone smells good and OnlyFans.
Yes, OnlyFans.
And I can see this hot chick's pussy and never have to talk to her.
I know.
Come
I know.
on.
It's called Friends with Benefits.
Yeah, it's called A Situation. I can't wait to hear what our male producers think about us telling them they have it really easy. You guys feel okay?
Oh yeah, men. Yeah, it was great. Actually, you make a great point. It was a great time to be a man then. The great time you got to. Women served you.
Women served you. You want a cup of coffee? Done.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a shitty attitude, but you're gonna have your coffee. Are you happy, sir?
Yeah. You could get a mortgage. You could take out a credit card. I don't know if those were invented, but I think it was much worse to be a woman in 1890 than a man.
Well, because you couldn't get a mortgage or get a credit card.
I know.
A man, it was like you might as well be in a hijab. A man, and I don't care, I'm not walking it back. A man had to accompany you and take you to work if you were so lucky.
I know. You basically had to get married to eat. That's.
I mean, it was grim for women as well. I'm sorry, men. You have my empathy and my deepest love. I literally dress for you on this podcast, so
that's your service.
So you're welcome for my service.
Mm-hmm.
All right, our next clip. Okay. So internet, you're sensitive. Please don't be sensitive about this. I know you guys have like so many feelings. This is just a clip that we're reacting to, but this girl is like, it's very controversial. So she may or may not be a scammer. I know we also have done this and we're wrong, but I think this is legit.
Okay.
She is the biggest scammer on TikTok. If you're on TikTok, you've probably heard of the TikToker referred to as Scar Girl. Scar Girl is actually an 18-year-old girl named Annie Bonelli, who is now the subject of debate all because of the scar on her cheek. She first gained followers thanks to her lip-syncing and dance videos, but has recently been a hot topic as people began to question whether or not the scar is real. This whole debate began after people started to notice that it regularly changes shape, size, and color and currently looks longer and darker than in her initial videos. TikTokers then started making fun of her by making videos that show them doing their makeup routines, with the final step being drawing the scar on the cheek. In response to this, she explained that the differences in length and color was because she applied a topical chemical to try and fade the scar, which ended up causing a burn instead that aggravated the wound. She then tried to prove that it was real, once by using makeup wipes to rub it off and again using a Q-tip and micellar water, but the scar still remained. She is the biggest
Okay, no documentary associated with this, right?
There's no deeper research that I know of. I have done.
Okay.
No due diligence.
So we always have the disclaimer. All right, we're only reacting to this clip. There could be other side. This clip alone. I don't think she's faking it.
Why?
I don't know. What do you mean? Do they have pure evidence that the scar changed?
Whose scar looks like eyeliner?
I mean, I don't know.
So she just has a streak of brown. By the way, I own that eyeliner. I know it's the Laura Mercier caviar stick in cocoa because I am wearing it right now. So yeah, I also have 2 scars going across my eyelids. They just happen to look like eyeliner.
Right.
Okay.
But like, my question is, how is she a scammer? She's not asking anybody for money.
She's just asking them for attention.
Yeah, okay.
But attention's money.
Right, but it's like, okay, so like she's getting likes and follows, but like it's not like she's like asking people for money to like get the scar removed.
Okay, so I don't know that. I haven't done any research.
Okay, because I'm curious why they're calling her a scammer. Like, did people like lose hundreds of thousands of dollars donating to that scar?
It would be like if Alex Earl got popular because she had bad acne, and then it turns out that the acne was fake. People would be like, "That's a scam."
That's a scam. I guess. I don't know. To me, a scam is like I lost money, like my life savings. Like I would say, you might disagree with this. Like Bernie Madoff is a scammer.
Of course. Here's a hot take. I'm going to say something really controversial right now. Bernie Madoff did the wrong thing.
Yes, a scammer. That to me, I know that's a little aggressive. I don't know the whole story. I didn't see a documentary.
Bernie's not on TikTok, unfortunately.
Bernie Madoff is a scammer.
Just want to say we don't know the whole Bernie story. there could be 2 sides.
I didn't see any of the documentaries blaming his wife for everything, but you know.
But seriously, you don't. You know what? You know what got me? Because
Okay.
at first I was like, maybe I'm not a doctor. I don't really know what every scar looks like.
Yeah,
To me,
yeah.
it doesn't look like a scar. But what do I know?
Well,
I'm
yeah.
just a stupid comedian. I beat you to it. But I'm just saying that in my humble experience being on this earth for a couple decades, I've never seen a scar that looked like a streak of brown liner that I've seen it swashed in Sephora maybe 10,000 times. Okay, any eyeliner in Sephora, I'm familiar with it. It looks just like that. And does it not just look like she drew a brown streak on her face? And by the way, when you have a full face of makeup and a noticeable scar, you can cover up the scar.
Oh, see, that's you know what? That's a good point. It's like okay, but maybe she wants to show like empowerment. Like I love myself and I have a scar, and I'm
telling you, there's one disability, and it's not being hot. If you're pretty and
That's
you
Karen's
have,
opinion.
Yeah, no, that's my opinion. It's the podcast opinion. No, I'm kidding. It represents this business. If you're really pretty, she's really pretty. She's like gorgeous. She's like Alex Earl level beautiful, and she has a brown streak on her face.
And see, doesn't that go...
Respectfully, it doesn't count.
Okay, but doesn't that go with what we talk about, how flex culture is over? So if you're that pretty, you have to have something like a scar.
That's why it's a scam, because she figured it out. I'm not saying it's not genius.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's a scam.
It's smart, but I don't know. Whatever. I mean, whether scam...
I'm so disfigured.
I know.
I have a mole right here.
Isn't it said like
Guys, I want to be vulnerable with you for 1 second. I know I'm a 1%, but I have a mole.
And that's how she stood out, because she's another gorgeous girl. How many gorgeous girls on TikTok? So she had to stand out by getting a scar, and it's like...
I don't believe it.
You know, well, but it's crazy. That's how she got a following. I wonder if she would have gotten the following without the scar.
Smart. That's
Yeah.
what she is a scammer. I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm waiting for the documentary to prove me wrong, but a scammer. But like, how genius is that? You know what the hate is for all the scamming, whatever. It's people are so mad that they didn't think of that first because we all own brown liner.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's also like you're like capitalizing on a disability that you don't have, or like
It's not a disability,
Right,
if you're
right.
hot.
Okay, well, she's hot with a scar, but yeah,
I know, so she's not disabled and she's not scarred.
Right. Well, it did make her stand out. I mean, without it, she's just like another pretty girl on TikTok.
I had an ex, and I want the guys to weigh in at some point too. I had an ex who told me that he had met this girl who was really pretty, but she just had like a stump for an arm. And it was congenital. Like she was born that way. So she had like tiny little nubby fingers coming out of it. But she was like smoking hot. And he was like, that made her hotter. Because she had like a fucked up, like nubby arm.
Because she's approachable.
Because she's different.
She's different.
Because she's different. And there's something hot. He's like, there's a million hot girls, but how many girls do you know with tiny fingers growing out of their elbow?
God, you know, the laundry list of being a woman, of a standard of beauty, is just getting so rough. Now we have to. Okay, but listen, I mean, I think it's sad that I personally think it's sad that girls have to do that to like stand out on TikTok. Like, why can't you just be like a hot girl on TikTok and get a big following? But
I don't know. Why can't you?
no, you gotta.
That's a good question.
You gotta be self-deprecating anyway.
You have to make one joke people hate about backpacks, or have a scar going down your
Right,
face.
if you had a scar,
but still be hot. Here's the thing: show me an ugly girl with a scar that still makes it big.
Yeah.
It doesn't count if you're hot.
Right. Well, I think that a lot of the TikTokers making it are not hot. Like they're not. And if you're gonna, I think the point of like the whole not flex culture thing is that the girls that are ugly are the people that are not that attractive are making it now and the girls, if you're hot now, you have to have something, a deformity.
Should we be more deformed?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm at the level where I think I'm pretty
Our
relatable.
producers
looking.
are nodding. They're like, make this podcast take off. Somebody lose a limb.
Oh God.
God forbid, Chas v'shalom.
But yeah, it's just showing that, you know, hot girls don't, you know, have a disadvantage today. If they want to make it on TikTok, they have to be a little bit ugly. So
Yeah.
the ugly girls are at the advantage.
Yeah, internet.
Yeah.
Who honestly haven't called me ugly yet, so thank you.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like just
Don't
waiting
tell
for. I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Yeah, because they've just been like, you're not funny. It's like, great one, asshole. Okay.
Yeah, you're not gonna hurt my feelings with that because we are. But if you call me ugly, that hurts.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, going along with scamming, this next clip is how to sell at a restaurant with this little crazy tip.
This restaurant owner scams between $500 and $1,000 daily using Tinder. And believe me, you're not ready for this. It's one of the most used manipulation techniques. I strongly advise against using it. To explain, this restaurateur purchased a premium subscription on Tinder and created a fake profile of a wealthy and attractive man. This allowed him to get hundreds of matches per day. He invited these women to meet him at his cafe, but upon arrival, they surprised to find he wasn't there yet. However, the restaurateur was monitoring them and would send them a message saying, "I'm on my way. Have a drink and a cake. They're delicious." And he didn't stop there, because he would also add, "Also, get an eclair and a coffee for me. I'll reimburse you as soon as I arrive." Every day, he would repeat this maneuver with dozens of women, costing them at least $50 each. That's how he managed to earn over $500 per day. In the end, the person who succeeds is the one who works smart, not necessarily the one who works the hardest. I analyze the best marketing strategies every day, so subscribe to not miss the next one.
This is the putting a scar on your face of restaurant work. That's kind of smart.
It is smart. I mean, that's a scam.
That's a felony.
Yeah.
I would call the police.
I would report him on Tinder for sure.
I would be like, this man made me pay for an eclair, and
That's the real scam.
he was supposed to be my husband. So
yeah.
where's the statute against that?
I know that is a scam, and I don't know what restaurant it was.
Here's the thing, though. Can you? Because I've been scammed for real, like in embarrassing. I've been really scammed in like humiliating ways, and one in particular, which I don't know. Do we even have time to get into? Do you guys even care about my humiliations?
The highlight. Say the highlight of what happened.
All right.
Two phrases of what happened.
I got scammed real bad. As long as we're talking about getting scammed, I would take an eclair any day. I got scammed when I was a freshman at NYU or like a sophomore or whatever, and I was walking around in my schlubby ass clothes looking like a student, and this guy approached me on the street, like a street person, and he introduced himself as Sincere. Red flag number one. Okay. And he goes, are you like a model or something? And I was like, what? Not yet. And he goes, I'm casting for a Beyonce video. She's shooting a music video. And he goes, you have the look. And I was like, I have the look. He goes, can you dance? And he goes, da, da, da. I was like, not really. He goes, it doesn't matter. You're it. Like, you're stunning. You're everything. You're her, right? So he asked me to meet him in Times Square to take test pictures for the producers. Yeah. So we did, and he just took he was wasn't even looking at the camera. He was like, da, 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 da. Okay, we're good. You're in. And I was like, we're in? Beyonce wants me? And he was like, yeah. Beyonce wants you. He goes, the only thing is you have to put everything on your credit card and be reimbursed because that's how Beyonce works. You have to get your own, he goes, you have to buy me dinner and then you have to get your own hotel room. That's where you're going to do the outfit changes. Right. And that's how there's hotel rooms all over the place. So me being a, incredibly smart NYU girl, by the way, NYU produces no smart people, I was like, great, let's do it. So we went to dinner. I put it on my dad's credit card. Okay. He tried to kiss me. This random guy off the street. Sincere. Shout out Sincere. Yeah, okay. If you're watching. And I was texting my boyfriend the whole time. I was like, I didn't tell him the truth because I knew he would be like, what the fuck are you doing? But I was like, I'm in Times Square. I'm in a restaurant. I'm about to da. So I kind of had two brain cells working. Anyway, long story short, I booked the hotel room. We stay in the hotel room together for the night. Okay. He tried to touch me and then my boyfriend called in the middle of it and the guy, he backed off. Okay. Which thank God. Yeah. You know how many stupid things I've done to be scammed? Anyway, so we tried to, I was like, I think I need to go do homework and go to sleep. He's like, okay, loser. So we did. We went to sleep, 2 separate beds, same room, stranger off the street. Okay. The next morning goes, I'm going to go check on the Beyonce. I'm going to go talk to Beyonce. I'll be right back. So I'm like, okay. So I pack up my shit and I'm waiting. And then the hotel starts calling. I tried to call him. He's not picking up. I'm like, that's weird. Is there no way that there's no Beyonce? So the hotel starts calling me and they're like, when are you checking out? And I go, I'm in a Beyonce video. So I just need 1 more hour. So they're like,
you don't know who you're talking to, Ramada in.
Do you know who I am? Yeah. La Quinta? So anyway, then it dawns on me when he's ghosting me. I'm like, oh my God, I've been scammed. I had to call my boyfriend who came. I was in tears. We went to the police after I paid an $800 hotel bill. We went to the police. The police would go, were you coerced in any way? Did he threaten you? And I was like, no. He the opposite. He promised me success. And they go, well, did he steal your credit card? Did he make you pay for anything? And I was like, well, I mean, I chose to pay the card. And he goes, well, then it wasn't a crime. He was like, I'm sorry, you're just stupid. A crime hasn't been committed and there's nothing we can do.
The real scam was that you went to NYU. That was you're $50,000 in debt from NYU. That's the real scam it was.
The real scam is I'll never finish paying off this scam. But yeah, and then oh my God, our friends are in the other studio. Yeah. Hi, love you guys. Okay. So yeah, that was my scam. So then, okay, the worst part was I had to call my dad. And I had to really play up the fact that I wasn't sexually assaulted so that he wouldn't kill me for putting $1,000 on his credit card. And I was so distraught. And my dad was like, well, that was really, really stupid. Are you okay? And I was like, I'm okay. I'm unhurt. And he was like, that way I can't emphasize to you enough how stupid that was. And I thought you're supposed to be smart to go to NYU. And I was like, not at all. You can be so dumb. And that was my big scam moment. So listen, when I say oh, the scar's not a scam or this is a good scam or whatever, it's because I know. I have scam PTSD.
Yeah, I know. See, that is a scam. That is, I would classify that as a scam. Some girl having a scar on her face for likes, it's not a scam. She's being misleading.
Yeah, it is. It's a scam.
If whoever lost money, okay, but you move on with your day. You like it and you move on with your day. Who gives a shit? Who cares if she put a scar? You know what? Marilyn Monroe would put a beauty mark on her face to make her look more beautiful. So
okay, but she didn't say I'm disfigured. She said this mark makes me more beautiful.
But yeah, but the girl says she's disfigured. People assume that.
Listen, I wish we had more data every time we do the show because what I want to know is what she said about the scar.
Yeah, that's it.
Right?
That's what I want to know.
How did you get the scar? How do you explain? Oh, I put an acid on it. That's so weird, babe, because it looks the same. It just moved position. So acid doesn't do that. Yeah. I'm not convinced.
Also, how much time do you guys have on your hands that you're noticing the movement of her scar? Please go outside. Just please go outside. That's why you're depressed and not having sex.
I can smell the backpack on you.
Stop watching torture porn and go outside and meet a real girl, okay?
If you just stop watching gangbangs for 2 seconds,
Have
you
actual
would
sex.
not even care.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyway,
All right, there we go.
that was a great show. Look how short and sweet. I can't believe a half hour flies
We are
by.
so good.
We're literally so good at this. Our producers are passed out trying to watch us. That's been our show. We hope you've enjoyed it. If you have feedback that's maybe not cruel,
We like that mostly.
even though you can also give us that, you can always hit us up on Instagram. I'm Karen Margolis, KerenMargolis. Amanda's the Amanda Gale on everything.
Yeah, GAIL. Yeah.
GAIL. You can hate watch. You can watch. You can not watch. You can do whatever you want.
Well, no, watch, but hate or love.
But
watch
hate or
it.
love. Okay,
Yeah,
watch
yeah,
but hate
yeah.
or love. Also review but hate or love, but 5 stars only. And if you are in the New York area at all, anywhere, we would love to meet you.
Yeah.
We're dying to meet you. We have an amazing show coming up at the Stand July 13th. That's a Thursday.
Oh, hell yes. Best day for comedy.
Best day for comedy at 7 p.m. Lineup to be announced, but we will let you guys know.
It's going to be sick, the lineup.
It's going to be a sick show. Hopefully this comes out before the show. Otherwise, this was a waste of a plug.
July 11th, this is coming out.
Perfect.
So
you
you'll know
guys
the
have
lineup by then.
plenty of time to buy last minute tickets. And it's going to rule. Don't forget to check us out on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, like we already said. Like, subscribe.
Yeah, just thanks, guys. And you know what? This is a joke, funny podcast. Haha, funny.
Nothing serious.
Nothing serious. And we react to the clip. We don't know anything beyond the clip.
And
that's it.
If you guys are listening, make sure that you tune in on YouTube because we do a tiny little bonus after
Let's
party
do a bonus after,
where
yeah.
we just have fun and we upload that to YouTube only. So if you're a YouTube fan, we really appreciate you. We love you, and we'll see you again next week.
Stay audacious.